My first Al today is the stinker. That would be Al Roker, who admitted on national television, the show Dateline, that while at the White House, he pooped his pants. It was so messy, he literally had to throw his underwear away and went the rest of the day commando. You know, the only thing that could have made this story better is to have not known the story, Al. Some things just need to stay in your pants. And even stinkier Al, though, is the network Al Jazeera that comes out of the Middle East. I've always called it the terrorist network. They're the ones that showed the beheadings of the Americans during the terrorism war. They're also the ones that happily showed every bit of propaganda that Al-Qaeda had to give them. And as an American, there's no way I would sell out to them. However, it was done. Which brings us to the third and the stinkiest Al of all, Al Gore. Yes, my fellow Tennessean. And by the way, let me just say this before I get to the main point. I'm very envious of Al, I must admit. Not only are we fellow Tennesseans, but we're also unsuccessful in business. I've been just as unsuccessful as him. This television channel was a disaster. Never made a penny. I mean, I don't even know why Al Jazeera bought it, except they just want to get into the United States market. But it was a total clunker from a business standpoint at a ridiculous level. There may have not been a more unsuccessful television station in the history of the United States. But anyway, Al walks away with $100 million. That's why I'm envious, because you know what? Every time I've been unsuccessful in business, I walk away with nothing. Actually, I usually lose everything that I had. So for that, I give him credit and very envious of being able to pull that one off. But then to you liberals who hold Al Gore up as your poster child, you got to stop doing that, because here's why I can't stand the guy, and you need to take note too. Number one, he makes a dime off a terrorism network. I mean, just by being an American, what was he thinking there? Number two, I mean, I have to laugh at this. You know, we got all this global warming stuff, and Al Gore has been the face of climate change legislation, carbon trading, all this crazy stuff, and yet he sells his channel out to maybe one of the biggest polluters in the world, because Big Oil and OPEC owns Al Jazeera. How's that for hypocrisy? And if that's not enough, this is the best one of all. We've just gone through the fiscal cliff, raised the taxes on the rich, and guess what? Al Gore, of course, is rich. He makes his $100 million, but they rushed the deal through so they could get it finished by December 31st, so they wouldn't have to pay all those taxes. Oh man, gotta love Al. And you wonder why I'm so cynical. Well, I gotta go poop.